This is the council chamber. Some 640 of Praini's wealthiest citizens came into this room to talk, and they talked about everything from the price of grain to hiring a city doctor. These little council chambers, their seats, their space, the very air in them, are the real ancestors of modern democracy. Democracy, not in the sense of tribal societies, say, where everybody gets to say his piece, but democracy in the sense of a very carefully controlled and regulated society. And here, in this mercantile climate, it produced a dynamic and aggressive society that is really the ancestor of the modern world. So, this space here, between these two rows of seats, this is a real revolution. If you go back to older societies than this one, you can walk down a million dusty ancient lanes past ancient lives into shadowed temples, and the cities can be enormous, but you'll never find a space like this, with faces sitting opposite each other. Those ancient societies are instinctive. They move almost like shoals of fish. Here, though, men are looking, faces are seeing. They're watching, they're seeing the other points of view, they're balancing, they're judging things, they're making lists like the Seven Wonders. It truly is the ancestor of the modern world.
Life, then, was something of a race. And here's where the young men learned to compete in it. The city's own gymnasium and running track, with its ancient starting blocks. I suppose if you were really good, you got to go to the Olympic Games.
Nothing was too good for the young lions who came to rule the city in the next generations. These are the public baths served by the aqueduct in marble tubs and marble taps. But always cold water. Why is it always cold water and short hair? Even Alexander was said to be sissy because he had long hair. But look at the facilities. Good non-slip floors. And of course, the athlete's foot bath. They all needed foot baths. So after they washed and scrubbed after their races, it was off to school. Next to the wash house, the schoolroom, with only 3 walls. Can you imagine what it was like in here in the winter? Pretty cold. This is male bonding land. But this, in the schoolroom, like many schoolrooms, is covered in the names of its pupils. The kids have scratched them out down this wall so carefully, letter by letter. You know, the gift of writing Greek was really only given to these privileged people in these cities. Practically nobody else in the land wrote or could read, except a few women, and they seem to have learned at home. But this was really the centre, this was the voice that we have today of Greek society.
Right at the heart of every city, the mausoleums of the founders and the temples of the gods. There were 2 sorts of temple, one in light and marble, the other in darkness and dark stone. This is Praini's Temple of Athena, an exquisitely light building made by a great architect called Pythios, and just after he designed and built the first mausoleum, the king's tomb that was one of the 7 wonders of the world.
You know, the thing about Pythios' genius is not the